welcome guys to today's vlog. And first of all, I just want to say a huge thank you to all for all the comments and the reaction on the new project car, the Infiniti G37. I'm just gonna jump right into it and do a huge shout out to Björn at dBAkuten.se. He's been a supporter through all my builds, and he's of course gonna support us through the build on the G37. And that's everything that we have here and even more. I couldn't fit more onto the workbench. We're gonna hook you up with a discount code. So using Magas Design, I'm gonna also put it in the description, but if you use Magas Design on their website, you're gonna get 10% off. I've been a huge fan of Cerwin-Vega audio system my whole life, and we have the privilege to actually build the audio system in the G, none other than less with Cerwin-Vega. I'm gonna briefly go through the main components that we're actually gonna use, but it's so cool because we're gonna go with the Cerwin-Vega Stroker series, and that's the higher end of Cerwin-Vega audio system. So, as you've seen before, we did the subwoofer box, and you could actually see one of the subwoofers. So we're gonna begin with that. That's gonna be the ST12 2Ds, and that's actually 2000 watt RMS, and it's the Cerwin-Vega Stroker subwoofers. As you can see here, they are quite heavy, but we're gonna go over to the next thing. That is actually, we have def-bounce cables, so power cables, speaker cables. We also have dampening material from def-bounce, and then we have fuse holders, and we're gonna actually do, this is actually pretty new at dBAkuten's website. That's modular battery cells, so you can build them yourself. So we're actually gonna go for 6 cells. That's gonna be way enough for the audio system in the G. And over to actually speaking about the speakers, and they are super cool. That's actually the Cerwin-Vega Pro series. We're actually gonna go with the 6.5 inch mids, and then we're gonna go with the awesome and cool 1 inch tweeters, also in the Pro series from Cerwin-Vega. So what you're actually going to see after the introduction of the components is actually we're going to do the flooring for the amplifiers. We're going to go with 4 amplifiers, and that's also of course with the Cerwin-Vega Stroker series. So the monoblocks are going to be with 500 watts RMS, and we're going to go with 1 for each subwoofer, and then we're going to have the rest of the amplifiers firing up the rest of the sound system. And of course I'm gonna focus on design because that's key, and we're gonna have a red thread through the whole car. It has to match everything. So this build, I hope it's gonna be perfect. I'm going into this build with 150%, but I'm just gonna finish off my babbling and go right into the next section. That's the flooring we're gonna do for the amplifiers. I just want to finish off with, again, sincerely thanking you for all the comments and the interest that you show for the build and of course the channel. But if you want to help this channel grow, please hit that like button and subscribe to this channel. That's going to help me a lot. But over to building the flooring for the amplifiers. But first of all, I'm going to actually do a B-roll for you so you can see the components. And now over to B-roll.
2,000 years later.
So guys, sound system. This is complicated. A lot of measuring, radius. Just look at this. I don't think you understand what it is, but I'm gonna try to explain. This is my idea that I'm trying to get out. This is the flooring of the car, and the red markings is actually the amplifiers. So I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna place them, and I don't know if you actually figured out how I'm gonna build it, but stick around. This is gonna be looking quite awesome. That's what we call fitment. Amplifier. Whee! That's gonna be so nice. Damn. Good fitment. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna do the same thing about these edges, and then stick around for the ride, because this is gonna change dramatically. First do the edges and see what we can do. Make them smooth and nice, and fitment is everything. So just keep in mind one thing. When you do this, you need to have space for the fabric that you're gonna add. Take in consideration having like 1 to 2 millimeters, just because the fabric, otherwise you're not gonna get your stuff down there. Over to these edges, and this is the tool I'm going to use. Guys, always try on a piece of board that you have somewhere. I did a couple of runs just to put in the height. You can see when you mess up, when it's not straight, and then this is more okay. So this is what we're gonna aim for. I'm gonna take away all the hard edges afterwards. So what I mean with the hard edges is this one. That's gonna be sanded down, and also this one, because I have an idea of the lower part being plexiglass. So that's gonna be lighted up with the color scheme of the car. So all through the whole car, it's going to be the color scheme of the color that we choose. I'm not going to tell you, you have to wait. But we're going to have it all over the outside of the car, on the interior, and also on the sound system and engine bay. So I'm going to mill out these corners. So if you want to sand and mill into wood, you should be in a proper place. But this is just the beginning of what we did with the edges. So I want to have a chamfer, quite steep one, and later on we're going to make this even and smooth. But for now it's just for fitting the amps. And later on, when you have the fabric on, you're not going to see the edges here, because it's gonna build up with the fabric. But both of them pretty nice, good edges. Okay guys, the clock is 20 past 12 at night. I've been working all day, and look at this. Try to figure out where to cut and not to cut.
I don't know what this assembles, but try to not cut the wrong line. After much work with the flooring is finally done, and I'm just going to show you some bits and pieces of it. The floor is done for the amplifiers. If you like this content, please hit that like button and subscribe to this channel. It's going to help so much. And if you actually think this content is cool, or even you can even learn from it, please comment in the comment section below. See you guys.